the videos for the class, but also I'm going to share the PowerPoint with Dr. Richards, so she can place this PowerPoint in the excellent website that she has for you to have it. This is a kind of tool that we can really use in our classes. You can implement for with your student for the next semester if you want. And the second presentation is going to be the using the whiteboard that we have in Teams, because it's another good, as I said before, a tool for professors when they are giving the lectures to the students. I'm going to share my screen right now. Please let me know when you see it.
I see it.
Excellent. So this is a wiki page. Probably a lot of you have used this before. I remember when I studied at FIU and we used it in the online classes, and this is a really good tool. So what is a wiki page? Wiki page is an online application that we can add, delete, or change any content as a student or professor, and we can monitor also what students do in the class. So this is like a tool allowing those students to contribute or modify pages or materials that they need for the semester assignment. This is is in nature. It's a collaborative a tool where the students can edit the information that they want and they need. There is a lot of tools and pages. Example of these, mostly probably that Wikipedia is one of those most frequently used kind of wiki pages. So Wiki Travel, WikiHow, Wikibooks, Wiki Dictionary. There is a lot of wiki samples and web pages, and you can find this kind of tool. So this is important because thanks to the wikis, students can actively participate and add information, and also promote, obviously, those activities like writing a discussion. They can add pictures, they can add links, they can add even information. So this is a lot of kind of information very useful in the classes as we go through the semester. So, and this is important because those students, they are the producers, not only the consumers of this information, because they are creating these pages and they can remove portions that they don't like or they are not good, and they put or add something new to the page. I add, so this is the same as important, what the wiki can do. So we can do research projects and then and documentation of the student work in those pages. We can create summaries or critique any kind of course-related readings. Especially, I remember when I was a student, the professor said, okay, so they divide the groups, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and then you can separate by group the reading and the activities, or you can give this reading for 1-2 persons. So you can say, okay, one student is going to read chapter 1 and do the summary of that chapter and get extra information like in the websites, statistic information. So it's like a summary of the class that you're performing. So this is good because I remember that we have to read at least every student has to read a chapter, and then we summarize in a paragraph or two what that chapter or the main content for that chapter. You can use it also as a review for the students for the exams. because I use that this tool for my students. So that is one of the students that usually initiate the activity, and then the others are getting, it's like the notes that they're getting during the classes. They can put all that information together, and they make like a book. So a summary of what they need for the semester. They even can put a question and answers. This is another activity that we can do, especially for the group of students that need to do NCLEX. So my recommendation for them, in every class, they need to add like 3 to 5 questions with the answers and the rationales for the student to practice. So in this way, they can really practice and get ready for the NCLEX. That is one of the basic that we can do. So I do that in my class, and I force those students to get and look for question and answers and practice those question and answers. So they can also do, as I put it right there, a glossary of terminology, because there's a lot of students that they don't know the terminology. We can do the book, obviously, that Dr. Richard has in the page that she showed you with the glossary, or they can do in this way too, because that there is a wiki page that is like a dictionary or glossary of terminology for those students. So also they can add links of activities, or imagine all those skills that the nurses has or they need to know, so they can make like a compelling a collection of those links and put a name, so this easier for them to say, oh, how is going to be put in a foley, or how they can start an IV. So this is the important skills. So for the professors that teach clinicals, there is a good portion, so you can make a list of the skills and what they need, and the videos. So they also can add links with the video, so they can practice, or at least watch how to put, do any kind of nursing procedure. So basically, these two I like, really, I love the wiki page, so you can use it. This is a kind of, a link that I put for you. You can click it here. Different, I recommend that you open later on this. I'm not going to open now, because we don't have like enough time for this, but every link that you have here, you can click it and it's going to open a new window, and then they teach you how to create and edit wiki pages. This is an example. Edit Me is another kind of wikis pages that tell you how that work. So this is very helpful links that you can use later on. Here I put more or less what you can do in order to open a Moodle Room a wiki page. So first, I'm going to go back again to Moodle, and then I'm going to do it for you, but it's step by step. What do you have to do? So you have to enter the Moodle, and then where you're going to place the wiki, and then put the editing on in the right corner of the page, then add that activity, look for the wiki activity, enter the name of the activity that you're gonna, the description or the name that you're gonna put in your activity, and then follow the step. It's really easy, and I'm gonna show you right now after this. And here I put also how the students post easy. So they just go into Moodle, they click the activity, and they edit the tab where that activity is located, and just add what they need to add. An easy way to do it. And the other way, that is how we review the activity that the students are doing. So everything is going to be right there. You can, I'm going to show you now in more this activity. So you log in, open it, and you can even see the history of how many times they remove, you know, you can go for the initial posting, and then how many was time was edited. The wiki page, and it's going to show for us, the professor, all the history, well, the student and how many students work in that page, etc. So this is mostly what is about the wiki in Moodle Room. So I also add for you other pages. No, that is not for Moodle, but it's in another websites or places you can find or use wiki. This is another way that you can use it, or another places. And also in these another there are different websites that use and also computers that can use wiki. So I create for you a PowerPoint that you can choose and select which one is going to be you know, good for you to create. So this is the step by step of what to do in different kind of computers or places. Now I'm going to show you how to do this in Moodle. Are you there? Hello?
Yes, we're here. We're here.
Yes, we're here, Caridad.
Yeah, thank you. So this is
Ready to learn.
the example that I create, but imagine that I want to do it this over here, because I'm going to put an extra one. So initial, what do you want to do? Remember, every time that we need to add an activity in a Moodle Room, just go over here. So here in editing on, you click editing on, and you are going to do any modification to this page. So go down in the place that you are really. So if you want to do it in another week, so in week number 1, week 4, just go directly to that week that you want to do the activity. In this case, I'm going to use week 16 because I don't have too much in that page. So this is how that looks like. But I'm going to create now one for you to have an idea how that works. So you go here, add an activity. So every time that you use any resources in this Moodle Room, all the time is going to be here. When you add an activity, you're going to have those kind of activities that you want. So here is the wiki. If you don't see the wiki, as I see right here, so what I did, I call Adolfo or these people in IT, and they can add the activity that you want. So that is working. So is Moodle Room sustain this, you know, tool? They can add it. So that is what I did. Maybe your pages, they don't have, you don't have these, or you don't see it. So you need to call IT to activate this tool. So this is wiki. You see this one?
Yes.
Okay, so just do the same as you do for the rest of the activity that you are in your class. Just put a name, imagine, so review for the exam. So review for a final exam. So you can do that. And then students can add what they have, like a summary of every chapter, like is what I do with my students. So they put a summary of cardiovascular, or the summary of respiratory, a summary of endocrine. So they create their own wiki dependent of what is the assignment for each group that will perform. So the one for the doing cardiovascular, they can add all the portion that they need and they have, depending on the readings and the activities that they do. So the only thing that you have to do is put a name. When you put a name, imagine this one, just go and save here so this is collaborative because everyone has to participate. So and save and return. Oh, you have to put a name, first page name also. So this is a review. you have to add the name for the page and then save and return to record. So that's going to display here the activity. As you notice, it's the same that I did here. So when you open it, that you are going to use the format that you usually that you prefer. So you are going to explore that later on, depending on what you want. So create a page using the HTML format is going to be easier because this is going to be the format that that is more accommodate more room. Let me go back. When you have create the page, just click it. So I add this information. So you can any information. Remember, as usual, you can do it in editing over here. So when you click edit, you can add any kind of information for the student to see. So I put, imagine this, dear student, you can add or edit any summary or PowerPoint that you have for pharmacology class and share with your classmate. But you can add any information that you want, and remember all the time to check here to display the description on the course page. When you go and enter the activity, that is what mostly they are going, you can see this, but the student more or less is going to see the same activity. So imagine that they have this, so they can go and read the important contents through this, so they can add any topic here in those places that I put for them. So when they go and they want to change something, they only have to click edit. When they click edit, so this is the moment that you put a picture, as I put over here, so you can click and place any kind of content. I put something easier and quickly. So imagine the blood pressure, laboratory that they need to know, the level of some laboratories, and then medications. So you can say, okay, the topics are going to be this. You prepare the assignment for the students and prepare groups, and they have to come over here and they can do any modification that they want. So if they want diuretics and they want to put a thiazide, so they add whatever they want in that case. So basically, this is what they are gonna do, adding, so they can add any information in the between, because everything is modifiable in this page. Any student can enter, because this is a collaborative tool, and they can add any information that they want. So at the end, the only thing after they add anything here, so they can put links, pictures, or any writing, and then save it, and that's it. This is the only thing that they have to do. So every student that come over here to this place can see what, as you see, what is the other students add. So any student can add or delete information. You can go and check as a professor. You can add comments extra if you want. You can see the history. You see, I have been made I made changes through this version. So you are going to see every student who write something and make changes. So and the version that they have. So depending on the changes that they do. So you can go to the original one and how many changes, or and I highlight what information was changes. So everything is right there. You can explore, and you as administrator can do that. So what is the student, how they see this? They only have few tabs, not like as us. So when you are a student, you change the view as a student. The only thing, sorry, the students see only this view. So they have the regular view with all the content that they need, and the editing portion, obviously, but the only thing that they don't have is administration, because they can see, they can also add any comments that they want to the activity. Even they can see the history of the other students who did or not. And this is a kind of way, how do you see which a student did the activity or not. So this is a way you can track those students, but they also can see the same as we have. It's almost the same page. The only thing that we have different is the administration tab, because you are, as a professor, the one administering or creating or modifying anything in the. So the most important tab is the view and the editing. That's it. Easy tool to use in our classes. Any questions? Questions? I don't know, what do you have any experience with this?
Not really.
No. I'll tell you, I used it in my previous, when I was a student, and I was really good. There is a different forms of use this. So any assignments, if you want to do summaries, if you want to do a critique any activity, so just you can display as administrator, put a topic, and then they develop those topic per group, or you can do create for every group an individual wiki page. Because I remember that when I was a student, I have that was per group, but also that could be in the class. But because we have too many students in the class, my recommendation is that you use, for assignments, you use group activities. But you also can use also this for the complete class, and you can divide the activity per groups, and they can only modify, but you have to do like something, write the information on the, how they're going to perform the students activity in that box that we usually edit. So and notify. So every group is going to present and develop this topic, and they can place any activity that they want. These tools can be used for discussions. They can be used for any like an article review, as we usually do in our classes, summaries, critiques, links for a study. Tell you, especially what I see, that these students in this school need to practice question and answers. They also can place a question and answers with the rationale in different topics, and it's going to help them to study and share the at least a question for NCLEX review. I don't know if you like it.
Dr. I have a question. This is
Yes.
Dr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Very informative. I actually thought that we did not have the wiki in our Moodle room, so thank you for doing that. My question is the editing live? So if we do this, if several students, let's say, do it at the same time, can they see what the others are typing?
I didn't have that on mine, but remember, one is going to do the editing, and then they're just going to be saved, and that is the moment I think that the other can enter and make all the changes that they want. But they are, I remember that when I was using that, yes, we are able to see what other people write. And obviously I did what I usually did, and you can recommend to your students, so they can prepare what the portion that they want. So the summary, imagine that for one student it's going to be beta blockers, another student ACE inhibitors, another student is going to be diuretics. So I prepare that in the usually Word document, so they can copy and paste, and this is like a second. So they don't have to write over. So I remember when I was a student, I worked so many times, changes, information. So I did. They can go as many times as they want and remove information that is not good or accurate and put the new ones. And the good thing is, because my last semester student, they did it, so they share all those summary for the exams, and they work. So I was able to review those summaries and correct them, because as a professor, this is wrong, and I also put my comments to say this is not correct, the correct statement is this. So with that, they perform super well in my exams, because they share those summaries together. So everyone was only clicking there and have the summary, and it's helpful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very informative. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else has a question? Anybody else? Hi, Johan. I see you.
Hi, good afternoon, Caridad.
Okay, so I told
Good impression. Everyone do not show up the camera.
oh, so I have
Our students.
hi Sel. Okay, so I finished my presentation. I'm covering today. Dr. Richards is not able to be here today, so she told me that you're going to be the second presenter, Dr. Valdez. Okay.
Yes, I will be presenting the resources that I have been using for my classes. I'm teaching right now nursing calculation for all the students for the school. I'm doing review twice a week and online. Thursday and Saturdays at 2 p.m. I really would like that you professors encourage your students to participate in those reviews that I have been doing it, because this is one of the areas that are consistent in 8% out of the exegesi that all the student has to take as a requirement for being graduate as soon as they finish in the school. And then the first resource that I will be showing to you guys is related to Microsoft Whiteboard. Let me share my screen. Let's see how. Okay, perfect. Okay. Everyone can see the screen? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the, for example, this is one of the problems that I work with the student, and then by using this graphic tablet that I bought on Amazon. Okay, this is the tablet that I bought on Amazon. This is very helpful for you guys to take notes and do. Okay, this is how that works. You know, during the time that you can explain your class or your content, you can write on it on those graphic tablet. I don't know if you can see it. You have on the screen that I'm sharing how that works. At the same time that you're explaining, you can write on those graphic tablet, taking notes, which is really helpful for the student, especially for our community. You know, to realize, especially for classes in the nursing field, that you have to grab part of the body, or I think it's very important for you guys. It could be very helpful for you. For example, I can share this link with you. Some of you want to buy it. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. This app. Okay, let me share with you through here. Okay, and I will show you now how I use it for my classes. Let me share again the screen. Okay. Okay, everyone can see the problem. This is a problem, one of the problems that I did. Okay, you can use different colors.
No, you are not sharing,
You're not
Professor
sharing?
Valdez. No.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now sharing, please.
Yes.
Okay. Also, I use the Microsoft Whiteboard. That is a program that is included on your computer Just you have to find out, you can get it in the, just click here and then you can get the Microsoft Whiteboard. It's included with the Office 369. Okay. This is my whiteboard that I have been using in the classes. For example, this is one of the problems. You can put colors to that, make annotations, you can erase, you can use rules that have rule 2. You can insert pictures. You do many things with this one. Instead of we have the whiteboard that we have, a physical whiteboard that we have in classroom, we can use this whiteboard, this Y-Interrupt whiteboard that we can use in class for do annotations. It's very helpful and very easy to work with. I highly recommend because I have been approached many results after I start using this one. Because at the same time that on top, I can realize for them, I can make notes, I can add in information. It's pretty helpful. And several times I presented this one before. I don't know if you have any question. Even though you can keep record of everything that you can do in your class, and then you can send email to the student with all the problems that you do during the section. This is another good resources, you know. For example, this is one of the record that I have for all of that I have been doing with my students. And then I have record of that. Also, and at the end of the class, if the student tell me, Professor, I have enough time to come to take note of what you did in class, just you can select it, you can email those annotations or those notes that you've been doing it, and you can send it to email to the student. Also, which is good resources too, the student can interact at the same time that you do the exercises. You can post the exercises on the whiteboard. You can post, for example, one of the problem, and then you can invite the student to solve it. There is some condition for that because the student has to have a touchscreen computer, or they have to have this graphic tablet. Just to here, we can select the student. Okay, just take a few minutes because the internet in the school is a little bit lower when we have and then just you can invite the student to here, select the student. Okay, I remind you that the student has to have a touchscreen computer or having this tablet graphic tablet. You can automatically send the invitation to the student, and the student can solve the problem during the section, like a real class. I don't know if you have another question related to this one.
Hi, Joan. I have a question.
Yes.
It's that I need to know where you can activate the whiteboard. Board. So where is the place where you go in and then click it and open it? Because I don't see in the screen where you usually.
The Microsoft Whiteboard.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you can click here Microsoft.
But it's not. It's in Team.
No.
No.
Can you see my screen? Can
yes.
you see my screen?
Yes.
Just go to the little button here, like in a window. And then click in search. And then just put Microsoft Whiteboard.
Okay, so that is like the screen. So you can use
this app is included with Office 365.
Okay, so it is from the email, from our email. We can go and write Microsoft Whiteboard and open it, right?
Okay, you can do it through there too, but I prefer to do it through here because the program is included in the package.
See, but the thing is, I have a Mac. I don't have.
Okay, if you have a Mac, you can contact the IT support. They can help you.
Okay. Can you use a PowerPoint together with the whiteboard? This is a question that I asked to many people and nobody answered to me. Can you use that both, activity at the same time?
No, no, I don't use a PowerPoint. I don't like to use PowerPoint in my classes because I don't
No,
like
you cannot.
I don't like the way that we use PowerPoint. We can prepare in advance, or the we can prepare in advance because this won't work like a PowerPoint. Because sometimes I prepare in advance, I just copy and paste the problem, or you can do it manually. You can do either or, okay? Depending on the
Joan,
time. For example,
Joan,
yes.
you can, if you have a PowerPoint presentation, you can write over the PowerPoint. That is
Yeah, you
something
can.
that I used to.
Yes, you can write over the PowerPoint. Yes, you can write over the PowerPoint. But I did it with the over the PowerPoint with the graphic tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's two different things.
Joanne,
Yeah.
this is Dr. Martin.
Hi,
Thank you for
Dr.
your
Martin.
presentation. Can you please make one slide example for us?
Okay, a new one.
A new one, yeah, or whatever. I mean, not a calculation, just writing on that, and then to see, how since the beginning when you make a blank slide and started to write it on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Example. Okay, let's do this one. Mm,
I see. It's like a live.
okay.
Oh.
Okay. For example, one.
Yeah, you are an expert, writing with the mouse, right?
No, you don't have to write with a mouse.
You're writing with what?
No, I use the
The pencil?
the pencil. That's
The pencil on your screen. Oh, I said, oh
yes.
my Lord, how
Let's see.
easy it is.
It's pretty easy by using this one. Let me.
Yeah, I have one
Can
of
you see the
my.
screen?
Uh-huh.
The graphic tablet. The
How
graphic
much is the
tablet that I put
price?
at $39 that included the graphic tablet and the
The
pen,
pen.
and you just can write on the graphic tablet.
I think it's very useful for calculation what you do. It's
Yeah,
excellent.
for calculation is very helpful.
It's excellent.
Yeah, before when we started the pandemic in March, and I started using the pen, and then trying to explain math with the mouse, which is pretty hard. And then I get this one, and this is amazing. This is amazing. It's pretty cheap. The,
I
the
like it. I
instrument,
like it. The idea.
yeah, and it's very helpful. I think for all the classes, not just for my classes, it's for statistics classes, for nursing classes that you have to write part of the body on all of that. At the same time that you are talking, you can, do your draft or take your notes because
Good. Thank
something
you.
like that
I
will give you
appreciate
trouble.
it a lot.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, when you are on your class, on your team, you do at that time. And then you open your slide on your Microsoft, and then you started to write it in the class.
In the
Got
class.
it. In the class. I
Or
got it.
sometimes if I have enough time in advance, I can posting the problems on the slide on the Microsoft Word, on the Microsoft Whiteboard. I can post the problem, or I can copy the problem and post it there too. Or you can write it manually.
And then after you making all those calculation draft, you save it and then share with the student, and they
All
can
of them you
follow
can share to
all
them.
your steps on the calculation or whatever topic we are teaching. I like it. I like it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I have a video that I can share with you guys that, for example, physically how we
Okay,
do it.
guys, let me interrupt you, Dr. Valdez. That's something for everybody that uses Microsoft Teams. It doesn't matter if you're using, I mean, which program you're using. You can do Macintosh or Windows. Macintosh is for the iPad or Apple. You can go to Microsoft Teams. When you go to sharing, you can either use your PowerPoints, but you can also share your Blackboard, and you have it over there.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is another way.
just put it there and you can use it and share it and use it at the same time with the same thing that you are doing. It's just what I never experienced is to share both of them at the same time, like sharing the screen. The only, I mean, sharing like a half and half. The only thing I share is either the PowerPoint or the Blackboard. But I wanted to let you know that you have that as part of the Microsoft team. You have that over there. When you click sharing, you have over there, you can share any documents you have. You can share the PowerPoint. You can choose the Blackboard and do work on your Blackboard. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you, guys.
Okay, just to let them know that the program, the Microsoft Whiteboard, is included on the Office
Bless you.
365. Okay, this is a program that is free for everyone, and you have included in your package. That is free for everyone because it's included with your account from the school.
Excellent. Thank you, Valdez. That is impressive and it's good, especially for the professors that teach lecture. It's really good. And that was something that I asked long time ago, how to use the whiteboard during the class that we have the distance learning, and it's really good.
I
Excellent.
share, sorry, Kalida, I share a video that one of my real classes that I have been delivering. I share to you guys through conversation. I share the link. You can watch there how I deliver my class by using the um, the Microsoft Whiteboard in real place.
Yeah, I save both the link because I
Thank
want
you.
to see it later when we finish. I want to see I'm the kind of people that like all those technology, and I look, for videos and learn how that is going to be, very useful for us. Thank you, and remember that anybody else that know a kind of technology as Valdez showed to us,
Thank you.
or even the wiki or any kind of experience that you have during your time as a professor or even as a student is important because we need to learn. And this is the way I have been learning so much with all of you because, as Dr. Richard has a lot of experience in teaching, I'm pretty new in this. So little by little, I have been learning thanks to this meeting and especially for your presentation. So remember, the next time that we meet, that is important that someone comes with that idea of any other tools that we can use for our students to learn. Because I have been trying what Bades did, but what I did before I opened a slide in a PowerPoint, and I did my writing and my pictures because I love write in the board to
Yeah.
show the student how that work in painting. Is sometimes easier like doing graphic or summarizing information. And now we cannot do it. So I was asking because someone told me, oh, we can use the whiteboard, and I didn't know how to do it. So thank you, Valdez, for teaching us. It's a pleasure. So is anybody else has something to add in the meeting? Anybody else?
Okay, also, Kalida, I'm
Yep.
here available in the school. I'm working right now on the Learning Testing Center in the room 503. If anyone Sunday have any doubt, you can come by, and then I'm really open to help you to share with you guys in real life how we do it, face to face, in case that anyone need that.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else? People? So if we don't have more tools today, we can finalize the section. So next week, I think that Dr. Richard is going to be present for the next activity. That is a pleasure for me to cover her. So I'm obviously to present to you a little portion of my knowledge. So Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Caridad Hernandez.